One more time, please. So at this time, Narayan said this very nice verse, a verse that is quoted many times in Prabhupada's books. I know you are advanced group. Please repeat. Sadhavo hridayam mahyam sadhunam hridayam tvaham mad anyatta ne jananti nahang tebyo managapi. Please repeat. Saints are my heart, and only I am in their hearts. My devotees do not know anyone but me, and therefore I do not recognize anyone besides them as mine. So this explains to you the intimate relationship between God and his devotees. Just to give you some context, I always remember what Lord Chaitanya told Sanatana Goswami. Today is his disappearance day. One time Sanatana Goswami felt he was very, very sinful. So he was thinking, during the Rath Yatra, I will throw myself under the cart of Jagannath, give up my body, and go back to Godhead. That's what he was thinking. And Lord Chaitanya, being Krishna, understood what Sanatan was thinking. And Lord Chaitanya said, Sanatan, if it was that easy to achieve Krishna, I would have done it 100 times. But that's not how you get Krishna. Such acts as suicide is tamogun. You don't get Krishna, you become a ghost. So Lord Chaitanya was telling Sanatan, at the time of initiation, Krishna accepts you as good as himself. Think about that. The time of initiation, Krishna accepts you as good as himself. So we take this initiation very, very seriously. It's a huge turning point in our lives. So Narayan said to Durvasa, you will have to go to Ambarish. If he forgives you, then you'll be delivered. Otherwise, nothing I can do. So Durvasa flew like anything to Ambarish. This whole time period was 1 year. For 1 year, Ambarish was not eating. He simply stood in that spot with folded hands, waiting for Durvasa to return. That's Ambarish. He was just for 1 year just waiting. Durvasa Muni comes flying in. Here he comes. And he dives at Ambarish's feet. Full dandavats, touching his feet. When you touch someone's feet, that means you're surrendered. The Sudarshan Chakra is there, and the painting is there in Prabhupada's books. Ambarish is going like this to Sudarshan Chakra. Stop. And because Ambarish had forgiven Durvasa, Sudarshan Chakra obeyed, and Durvasa was spared. And after this, Durvasa admitted, yes, I was jealous of you. I was envious of you. I couldn't accept that a householder could be a great, powerful devotee. But you have defeated me. I am the great Durvasa, but you have defeated me. Now I understand the greatness of Krishna's devotees. And then Durvasa said this very nice shloka. A shloka quoted many times. I love this shloka. Why? You'll see why. Please repeat. Yanama sruti matrena puman bhavati nirmala tasya tirtha pada kimva dasanam avashishyate. Please repeat. A man becomes purified simply by hearing the holy name of God. Now you see why I love this verse. Just by hearing Krishna's name, you become purified. Krishna's lotus feet creates the holy places of pilgrimage. Therefore, what remains to be obtained by those who have become his servants? Prabhupada told us, his disciples, do not think of yourselves as Vaishnavas. Don't be puffed up. He says, think of yourselves as servants of the Vaishnavas. That is more glorious. Because everything in Lord Chaitanya's philosophy is based on humility. Always remember, all your advancement is going to be based on humility. At the end of this katha, Shukadeva Goswami gives us a blessing. So we've heard a summary of this katha. Do you want your blessing? All right, sit properly. This is what Shukadeva says. Anyone who chants this narration or even thinks of this narration about the activities of Maharaj Ambarish, that's okay, I'll do it, certainly becomes a pure devotee of the Lord. You're all going to become pure devotees. By the grace of the Lord, those who hear about the activities of Maharaj Ambarish, the great devotee, certainly becomes liberated or becomes a devotee without delay. There is your price of admission. You just got blessed by Shukadeva Goswami. Everybody chant the Maha Mantra. So the 9th canto continues. Story of Vikukshi, 3 names of Puranjai. Yuvanashva gives birth to Mandhata. As I've said before, each one of these sections could be another separate program. So there are so many topics in Srimad Bhagavatam. If I did a program every day, I still won't finish all the topics. So if you have not done a Namahat program with me, where's my bell? I'm waiting. And some of you haven't done a program with me in many moons. Now, next Saturday, we're going to have a special Namahat program at the Dalal House. Please raise your hands, Jatin and Nita. And are we inviting everyone? If I don't have your email, por favor, give me your email. I'll put you on my e-date list. You'll get a personal invitation. Jatin and Nita wants everyone to come next Saturday, not tomorrow, because tomorrow, where are we? And there's supposedly a rumor somebody is coming tomorrow, Mrs. Nirantara. But it's a rumor. And there's also a rumor that there's going to be a guitar tomorrow. And so, Jagannath, my friend, is he in Samadhi? Make sure you're here tomorrow. I'm bringing my guitar. What? Hare Krishna. All right. Then there's the story of Sabari Rishi, how Sabari was in the waters. He was trying to practice yoga in the ocean, and he saw fish engaging in sex, and that agitated him. And so he didn't marry once, he married 50 times. And after some time, he realized, I got entangled with 50 wives simply by watching some fish? How foolish of me. So Sabari, he eventually renounced everything, and he and his wives achieved liberation. Then there's the story of Purukutsa, the story of Trishanku, Harishchandra, and Rohita. And then there's the nice story of the Ganga coming down to earth, the great Sagara. Sagara means one who was born along with poison. It's a very mysterious birth. He should have died, but he was born along with the poison. And he had 60,000 sons. And he was doing horse sacrifices. But the horse meant for the sacrifice went astray. So he sent his 60,000 sons to look for the horse. And they went to this one place, and they saw the great sage Kapil in meditation. We heard about Kapil the other night, 3rd canto. And they saw the horse near Kapila's ashram. So they falsely assumed, oh, he must have stolen the horse. And so they became envious of Lord Kapila. And because they were envious of Lord Kapila, the heat from their envy burned up their body. Some people say that Lord Kapila burned them with his eyes. No. Shukadev makes it clear. The 60,000 sons of Sagara died from their own envy of Lord Kapil. Their own jealousy burnt them up. So the problem is now how to deliver these 60,000, because their bodies have burnt to ashes and they're going to hell. So now the only way these sons can be delivered, Ganges has to come on the ashes. Then they can be saved from hell. So different descendants like Asamanjasa, Anshuman, and others, they tried to bring the Ganges to come down, but they failed. Until Bhagirath. Bhagirath was able, by his austerities and devotion, Ganga Devi agreed, yes, I will come to earth, but 2 conditions. First, I don't want to, when I come, I will be very, very powerful. I don't want to go down to the lower planets. So when I come, somebody has to break my fall. So Bhagirath said, yes, Lord Shiva, he's Bhagavan, all-powerful. He will break your fall. So Ganga said, all right. Second condition, people are going to bathe in my waters, and they will deposit their sinful reactions. So after some time, I will become over-flooded with sinful reactions. Just like if you eat too much, what happens? You get sick because you can't digest. So Ganga was worried, yes, sinful people are going to come and deposit their sinful reactions. After some time, I will be overwhelmed. So what did Bhagirath say? He said, no problem. When great devotees, he said like this, when great devotees bathe in your waters, they will neutralize. So what does this mean? Ganga is purifying, but more purifying are pure devotees. This is very interesting. A great, powerful devotee is more powerful, more holy than Ganga, according to what Srimad Bhagavatam is teaching. Then there is the story of Saudas, and then the story of Katvanga. The story of Katvanga is very nice. Katvanga was an earthly king, and one time, as usual, the demigods and demons, that's all they do is fight. We heard about that last night. One fight after another. That's all they do. You might think, oh, I want to go to heaven. That's okay. Even you go to heaven, you got to fight the demons. It's not that everything is hunky-dory in the heavenly planets. No, got to fight the demons. So, one time the demigods, they got this earthly king Katvanga, because he was very powerful. They got him to fight on their behalf. And the fight went on for a long time. So after the battle was won by the demigods, Kartikeya, or Skanda, because he's the commander-in-chief of the forces, he went to Katvanga and said, Maharaj, we are very grateful for your service. So we want to give you a benediction. What would you like? Now, Katvanga could have asked for, demigods are able to give so many great benedictions, right? So Katvanga, what did he say? Yes. Can you tell me how much longer I have to live? And the demigods looked at their demigod watches, and they said, oh, according to our calculations, you have one more moment left. So what did Katvanga do? Did he go to Las Vegas? No. He completely surrendered to Mukunda. Everybody say, within a second, completely surrendered to Mukunda and went back home, back to Godhead. Like Parikshit, he's hearing Bhagavatam because he knows I have 7 days. Katvanga knew I have one moment. We, not so fortunate. We don't know when our final test is coming. Therefore, what does Prabhupada and Bhagavatam teach? Therefore, always be ready. Be Krishna conscious now. Don't think like, not that they are, but maybe the youngsters are thinking, oh, this Narantara, you know, he's just an old man, you know, blah, 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 blah. We want to party. We're not even going to pay attention. We're going to do our own thing. But what these kids may not know is there's no guarantee. They're not even listening right now. They may not even know that they have one more minute themselves. So therefore, you have to be Krishna conscious now. You have to be ready to give up your life at any moment. And what is the test? What's the test? You're driving. Somebody cuts you off. What comes out of your mouth? That'll tell you. That will tell you. What comes out of your mouth when somebody cuts you off on the 5 freeway? Is it Krishna's holy name or some other name? That is the question. That you can answer for yourself. What comes out? Everybody chant the Maha Mantra. So after the story of Maharaj Katvanga, there is the Ram Leela. So Jayadev Goswami, Meenakshi, and I were discussing the other night about Jayadev Goswami. His introduction to Gita Govinda is the Das Avatar Stotram. So, Vitarasi Dik Shurane Dik Patikamaniyam Dashamukha Mauli Balim Ramaniyam Keshavadrita Rama Sharira Jaya Jagadisha Hare Bolo Jaya Jagadisha Hare Bolo Jaya Jagadisha Hare. Sing with me. Keshavadrita Ramachandra Rupa Disha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare. Jagad. One more time. Keshavadrita Ramatrupa Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Keshavadrita Rama Sharira Jaya Jagat. Sing it louder. Very good. So Shukadeva Goswami only spends 2 chapters on Ram. And there's a reason. It says right here. Shukadeva says to Parikshit, you have already heard about Lord Ramachandra. In other words, the Ramayana was already well known at this time. So Shukadeva said, since you are already well learned in Ramayana, I'm just going to go over the key incidents. So he's just 2 chapters. Tonight, if we have time, and definitely tomorrow, the Krishna Leela, 90 chapters. And Ram, only 2. Only because Parikshit already knew everything. Then, let's look at the translation. Please repeat. O Keshava, O Lord of the universe, O Lord Hari, you have assumed the form of Ramachandra. All glories to you. In the battle of Lanka, you destroyed the 10-headed demon, Ravana, and distribute his heads as a delightful offering to the presiding deities of the 10 directions, headed by Indra. This action was long desired by all of them, who were very much harassed by this monster. So, after the 2 chapters of Lord Ram, then there's the dynasty of Kush. Kush was one of the sons. And then Shukadeva describes the future kings in the dynasty of Ikshvaku, because this Ikshvaku dynasty comes from Ramachandra's line. Then there's the story of Maharaj Nimi and Vasistha, the dynasty of Maharaj Nimi. Soma, the moon god, kidnaps Brihaspati's wife, Tara. Wow. So this stuff also goes on in the heavenly planets. Then there is the interesting story of Urvashi and Pururava. This chapter I identify because I was just like Pururava, which I'm not going to talk about. But the story of Urvashi and Pururava is about how a man can become so attached to a woman that he loses all sense. He loses all decency, he goes insane, simply being attached to sex life. So that's explained. Then the next Leela, Parushuram Leela, because there's 3 Rams. Parashuram, Ramachandra, Balaram, and there's even a 4th Ram. Who knows the 4th Ram? No, that's not Ram. That's Krama. But that was a good guess. No, the fourth, not bad. But no, can't give it to you. The fourth Ram, Nityananda Ram. All of them are God. All of them are Vishnu Tattva. So Parashuram Leela is also summarized in the Dashavatar. You have to work tonight, Jagannath. Kshatriya Rudhira Maye Jagadapakata Papam Snapayasi Payasi Shamita Baba Tapam Kshatriya Rudhira Maye Jagadapakata Papam Snapayasi Payasi Shamita Baba Tapam Keshavadrita Brigupati Rupa Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Keshavadrita Brigupati Rupa Bolo Jaya Jagad. A little louder please. Yeah. One more time. Keshavadrita Parashuram Rupa Jaya Jagadisha Hare. Sing it.